What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. Much love. Just came to chop it up with y'all. What's going on? I'm gonna give y'all a minute to come through. If you here, make sure you hit that like button. What's good, Mike? BJ, what's going on, fam? How you? What's good, Tony? Tony Smith, what's good, bro? John Doe, peace to the God. Give y'all some time to come through, man. Before I start this topic, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share the show. Appreciate that. All the donation links is in the bio. In the bio. Is in the description box. Cash App $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate that, John Doe. Streamlabs / Sheep Stay Sleep TV. If you would like to donate. What's going on, Chef? Y'all see the topic, man. The topic is self-explanatory. Long-term respect. Long-term respect. And shout out to the pimp god, man. Shout out to the pimp god. You know, the OG. Shout out to him. Y'all brothers, make sure y'all go subscribe to him. That brother got a lot of powerful content for us men. And I was listening to him this morning, and this is what drew me to this to speak on this from my perspective, because he brought up the concept of men should be doing things and building things for long-term respect. because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Long-term respect. So I said, damn, I gotta go in on that because that's some real spell right there. Long-term respect. Because a lot of guys, when they get in relationships or just them operating on their own, they don't really think about, they don't have, well, I'm gonna say this, they don't have vision to see far enough to say this is about, the future. What's going on, JT? Shout out to the grinder. So like I said, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the Pimp God. Y'all go check him out. But long-term respect for us men, everything we do must be for that. Long-term respect ties into legacy. What type of legacy are we trying to leave? You know, guys like Malcolm X, guys like Marcus Garvey, guys like Khalid Muhammad. These are just some examples of men who have done things to earn, they have earned and deserve long-term respect. See, long-term respect is only developed based on the things you've done, the type of person you are. Mr. Sutton, what's going on, bro? Long-term respect is something that all men should be building toward. Because what is a legacy without any respect? Do you really have a legacy if long-term respect was never established? See, you can leave a bunch of material things, you can leave businesses, you can leave you can leave a bunch of assets. Shit, you can even leave a bunch of capital. But if your name isn't respected, then who are you? If you're not respected for who you are, who are you? Is that a legacy? See, leaving things without respect attached to it is things that are just going to wither away eventually. Eventually, those things won't even matter in the world anymore. See, men with power are men who have long-term respect. What's good, Art? What's going on? But long-term respect is what we should be doing this for, fam. And I'm not talking about just respect from your woman. I'm talking about respect from the world and from everybody who knows you. You see? You wonder why, you know, and let me tell you this too. Let me go ahead and get into this. Respect and fear is two different things. Some people say fear leads to respect. No, fear is fear. Respect is respect. See, respect is based on a deep admiration for a person. And people admire people who they look up to. And this is what we need to establish as being black men, being the builders. Long-term respect. This is why I've always said, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, that I'd rather respect more than love. And most stand-up men, that's what we're about. Because love come and goes. Respect is what real men seek to have. Long-term respect. How many of you brothers have been in relationships with women, right? And not only years later you can still be with them, but they come back and they tell you certain things. See, that is because that person developed long-term respect for you. See, a lot of times when I'm in a relationship with a woman, she can't stand me a lot of times. I'm a prick. I'm considered an asshole. You know, I require my woman to be a certain way. And you're going to have to show it. And see, when you require your woman to be held accountable, she's not gonna like you a lot. She's not. She's not. But when you're no longer with her, she's going to understand what you really were about. You know, because a lot of women, man, pass up on good, solid dudes because they don't want to grow up. You see? They don't want to be the woman that they say they are. See, you got a lot of these women that'll get up here and talk real fly. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. I'm this. I'm that. Then why can't you keep a man? See, you can't keep a man because you're still childish. And a lot of women are very, very childish in their thinking. So, a lot of women, you have to raise them up. You have to raise them. You see? And the way you do that is through logic. What's going on, Kels? Shout out to my sis. You see? And that's very difficult for women. It gets on women's nerves. That's where you hear You always complaining about something. Nobody's complaining. I'm just not going to sit back and allow you to operate like a child. And see, after a while, women begin to understand that that's what they need in their life. Because that's actually what a man is. That's what a man is supposed to be to his woman. Your man is your leader. He's your leader. And if you are there to follow, you must learn how to take instructions. And when you mess up or do something wrong, it is your job to admit what you've done wrong and fix it. And your man is supposed to hold you to that. He's not supposed to allow you to get away with it because you're a woman. What's going on, Darren? See, a lot of these women want you to baby them as grown women. They want to be treated like babies. They want you to coddle them. They want to get away with foolishness. They want to do whatever they want and still be looked at and respected as an adult. And it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And to all the brothers who hold their women accountable and treat your woman as an adult and not a child, in the end, those women will develop long-term respect. Have you ever been around a woman who always talks about her boyfriend from back in the day? Have you ever been around any female family members, like an older aunt or something like that, or older cousin, and they always talk about the man that they they missed up on being with when they were younger? See, those are the men that they have long-term respect for, because it's gonna come a time when a lot of women get out their own way, and most of them do that once they get old and they're no longer pliable. This is why you have women like Vivica Fox talking about she ready to be married when she could have been married. She could have been married. And I bet you she passed up on a lot of good dudes. And those are the guys that she wish she can marry now. But a lot of those guys are probably already married. They're probably already going off and doing something with their life. But those are the men that those type of women develop long-term respect for. See, they may not like you, but they respect you. They respect you. And they just don't respect you for what you do, because it's about who you are. See, who you are is going to determine what you're going to do. And that's why, self-improvement is important. That is why taking the red pill is important, or the black pill is important. You see? Because it's about long-term respect. It's about them respecting you. Because a woman can never properly love you if she don't respect you. No one could properly love a man if they don't respect a man first. And not respect you for what you have, but respect you for who you are. That's where Dame Dash says he hustles for his last name and not his first. See, hustling for your last name goes into long-term respect, which leads to legacy. What is a legacy with no respect? What is a legacy with no respect? If you're not being respected, then what are you doing this for? What is the sense of you leaving your son a bunch of businesses and his father's name was never good out here in the streets? All he's going to do is have to live with the fact that nobody respected his dad. So nobody's going to respect him. This is why I said a long time ago, and I said this to black women a long time ago, you can never truly respect your son or truly love your son if you don't love his father. What's up, back down? You see? You can never truly love your son if you never loved his dad. You see? Because that little boy come from him. See, he doesn't come from you. You are the vehicle. You are the car, black woman. You're not the gas that powers the car. You're the car. See, a lot of y'all women get it messed up when y'all try to claim certain things. Oh, that's my child. He came from me. No, he didn't come from you. He came out of you. He didn't come from you. He came out of you. He didn't come from you. You already know, back down. See, where he comes from is his father's nutsack. That's where he come from. Without gas, does a car move? Without the substance that generates and moves the car, does the car move? See, we got to understand that everything around us is male and female. Even everything, everything around us. Plants, everything. It's male and female. So let's take Something as simple as an outlet in your house. How can your lights turn on if you don't plug the plug in the socket? Let me repeat that. I know it may sound simple, but see, a lot of people don't even understand that that is the same aspect of male and female. When you plug the plug in the socket, that is a penis being inserted into a vagina. So is the outlet in the wall any good without a plug? See, there's always going to be an outlet. There's always going to be an outlet. But electricity is not going to flow if you don't plug the plug into the outlet. So a child cannot be born without a man. Things does not flow without the male principle. You see? So if we begin to understand those simple things, man, those simple things, if you never had a purpose, just think of that. See yourself as being that plug. See yourself as being that plug. I agree with that, John Doe. I agree with that. And that's the next level of what you're talking about. But see, a lot of men don't even understand that. They still looking at it like everything is about the woman. When, and this is to all you church going folks, in the Bible, God does not worship the woman. God did not give authority to a woman. God gave authority to men. What's going on, Handler? You see? He gave the authority to men to rule over their women. Not just to say, I'm the man, but to rule over his women. Because in the hierarchy, it's God, then man, then woman. So it is our job, men, to rule and to build for long-term respect. Because see, when and I'm gonna just use hood terms. Say you in the hood. You got a girl. Your girl is from another neighborhood. She might be from another borough, you know? Like my wife. I'm from Brooklyn. She from the Bronx, right? So it is based on the respect of the man if when your woman, what up, Grinch? When your woman come through your block, if they're going to show her any respect, that is based on you. See, that is all based on the man. If people respect you in your neighborhood, they're gonna respect whoever come through your block that rocks with you. And that ain't on no tough guy shit. That's being a man. See, respect. See, we gotta stop thinking respect and fear is the same thing. It's not. It is not. See, if a man has respect for you, he's going to respect your mother. He's going to respect your woman. He's going to respect your children. But all of that is based on the respect he have for you. It's not based on her. Because even if you had the type of woman that come through the block, that want to come through sashaying her ass around and all up in dudes' face, if dudes have respect for you, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna come and tell you. Or they're gonna wait till she get far enough and call you. Yo, you know your girl, she on a block right now. She all up in dudes' faces and all that. That's respect. And guess what? You had to have that respect from people before she was your girl. You see? She had to they had to respect you before that. Good looking on the Cash App, Grinch. Appreciate it. But long-term respect is what we do this for. Long-term respect. And that goes with anything. You teach and raise your children correctly because when you become an elderly man, you want your children to respect and revere you. You don't want to be 70, 80 years old and your children talking shit to you. You see? You don't want your children leaving you in some nursing home to die. And they come see you twice every 6 months. That means they don't have no respect for you. You don't want your sons to grow up and be the dude that everybody don't respect. Because your son is a representation of you. This is why you should be hustling for your last name and not your first. Long-term respect. Yeah, you may fall out of love with me, baby girl, but I know when I leave this earth, I left a mark on your life. You'll never forget me. I'ma always be in your heart. You know why? Long-term respect. See, when I come through, I set the bar. When I deal with a woman, I set the bar. So after a woman is done with me, she's not gonna go below the bar that I set. And if she does, then you know what that means? She never respected me. King Wage, what's going on? After dealing with a woman, if she starts dealing with guys below your caliber, she never respected you. And that's not your fault, fellas. That's not your fault. Because, like I said, a lot of women are very childish and they don't want to grow up. So they'll purposely go back to what they were used to because it's easier to deal with that. It's easier to deal with a guy who doesn't hold you accountable for the things you say and what you do. Because most women like to live in chaos. That's why they could tell you, oh, I love 25 men in my life. How you love 25 different men? Because that's childish. That's childish shit. You didn't love them. You just like the fact that they kept allowing you to act like a little girl. And they treated you as such. And you accepted that because it's easier. See, a high caliber man is a man that has values, a man that has substance. You see? But see, a lot of times we got to understand, men, and stop arguing with women, with the type of women who think that high valued men are the ballers. See, the women who talk like that are low caliber women. They're strags. See, those are the strags. Because a man's caliber is not based on material, it's based on his principles and what he stands for. And if all a nigga stand for is something that he didn't create, that he can put on his chest or put around his waist, he's a low tier man. And guess what? Real men, stop thinking you gotta compete with those dudes, because you don't. You don't have to compete with a shell, because that's what those guys are. They're shells. You know how when we were young and you could go to the museum and they let you paint seashells? That's what these people are. That's what those kinds of men are. They're seashells. They're empty vessels. You don't have to compete with those men because they're not on your level. They don't have the substance. You see? They don't have what you have. You see? So long-term respect is what we building for. Not her just saying, hey baby, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love this. Oh, you took me here. Oh. Do you know a woman could do that with you and then the next week or the next day go do that with another man? So what makes you any special because you can do that? A woman could go out and eat for free every goddamn day if she want to. She could go on a date every day. She could go on a vacation every time she got a day off by different dudes. So what makes you stand out? Hmm? Hmm? See, a lot of women be with guys and know that they don't deserve them. Because a lot of women know that they're not really in it for the long haul. They're only in it as long as you're willing to stay. And it's because a lot of women don't respect men. They don't respect men. They don't respect us outside of what we can do for them physically and sexually. So if you can't lay the pipe, or if you can't pay the bills, you're useless. But see, that mentality for women for a long time has kept them lonely, has kept them with a high body count and nothing to show for it, but some bags in the closet that get dusty after a while. What's going on, Reliable? You see? That is what they don't get. A lot of women are not ready for men with substance. They're afraid. Jay Sean, what's going on? And you know why? Because with you, it's about long-term respect. So your vision, your grind, your requirements of her, it's different. It's on a higher level. She has to be more responsible. She has to be accountable now. She can't just run in and out. Go hard. What's going on? You see? Because now she's with a guy who's about long-term respect. She's about a guy that's about legacy. You're not the guy that you can just feed and fuck. But you have to actually communicate. You see? You actually have to show this man who you are and what you're really about. And you have to be about something. You have to really be about something. Because, see, if you're not really about anything, then guess what? You really can't help a man like that. You see? And when a woman is not able to help a righteous man, it is because she's not righteous. See, I'm going to church. I'm gonna go to church on y'all church folks. You see? If you can't be the helpmate to a righteous man, that means you're not righteous. You see? And it's because of the stock that you come from. What's going on, BYB? You said there's a term I once heard, can't have a full of a JJ in an empty purse. Well, let me um let me touch on that real quick, BYB, and I've touched on it before. Most likely you heard that from a woman. And the women who say that, what they're actually doing is they're pushing young girls because they tell that to young women. They're pushing these young women to where they are now, which is to back pages, which is to Christian mingle. You know, the classified section in the newspaper. A lot of those women that's running around doing those types of services, they were taught that. You can't have a full JJ with an empty purse. Those are the back pagers because that's prostitution. No, that's not knowing your worth because your worth is not intertwined in your vagina. And see, a lot of women think that. That's why they got a bunch of kids and no dude to take care of them. Because, and I'm not saying you, but a lot of women were raised to be prostitutes. But that's what that is. That's prostitution. Don't let a man have sex with you unless he's paying. It's prostitution. It's a fact, Jay Sean. That's a fact, Mike, and that's what usually happens when women get in the game that young. That's what end up happening. They end up getting up under a pimp because they need direction. Oh, I bet, oh reliable. Facts. Facts. Oh, you got married early. Okay. And I'm not losing focus. I'm just speaking on what you said. You can't make me lose focus. And that's good. Are you still married? Valuing yourself is not somebody's paying for you. That's not that doesn't mean that you're valued. That doesn't mean that. It's because a dude paid to have sex with you doesn't mean that yes, 10 years, 33 years, soon 34. Oh, you 33 and you about to be 34. That's what's up. You been married for 10 years. That's good. That's good. You got married when you was young. That's what's up. That's what's up, BYB. But long-term respect is what legacy is, man. And that's what we should be grinding for. Not grinding so you could look good to get you a woman and no, no, no. It's about long-term respect. What are you gonna be known for when you die? That is what real men worry about. What is gonna be said amongst your peers when you're no longer here? What are your children gonna say about you? What are your parents gonna say about you? Your family, when they sit around and reminisce. No doubt, BYB. I hear you. You already know, Jay Sean. Yeah, you did. You did back down. You sure did. Sure did. But that's what it's about, fellas. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. When you die, are your homies just gonna pour out some liquor? Damn, I miss my mans. I miss him. I remember we used to go to the clubs. That's all they gonna say about you? I remember he was fly. He was the flyest dude around. That's what they gonna say about you? Is that what you want to be said about you? See? If you did that, Jay Sean, you might be rich, bro. Yeah, Mike, he used to rock them chains. He was fly. He had all the Pradas. He had all the Vance and jackets. Is that what you want your long-term respect to be about? Hmm? I'm not saying that can't be a part of your story, but is that what you want to be respected for? I mean, It's not to certain guys, King Wage. It's not. It's not. But to some guys, that's what they want to be known for. And I can't even be mad at those guys if that's what you want to be known for. But just know that that's not long-term respect. That's not respect. Because as the years go on and on and on and life change for people and things in society change, those people will be forgotten. We talking about a legacy here. We talking about a legacy. We not talking about 10, 15 years. Philip Morris, that's a legacy. Kellogg's, that's a legacy. Procter and Gamble, that's a legacy. Microsoft, that's a legacy. I'm talking about stuff like that. The iPhone, that's a legacy. Right. Trojans, that's a legacy. You see? What is your legacy going to be? When you die, what are people going to remember you for? Even all the women you dealt with, what are they going to remember you for? Well, let me say not all the women, but the women you've decided to be in relationships with. I'm not going to say all of the women because, for us men, some guys we just, we smash and dash. But I'm talking about the women you've spent time with and had a relationship with. What are all of those women going to remember you by? This goes back to the show that I presented this morning. Tangibles versus the intangibles. Are you going to be remembered for your tangibility or for the intangibles? You see? So like I said, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, brothers. This is to the brothers. This is not to the women. This is to the brothers. Go and subscribe to Pimp God, man. Make sure y'all go over there and y'all subscribe to the Pimp God. Because he dropping real game for the brothers. For the men. Because this is what made me come up and speak on this. Is the topic actually came from something he said in the video. And I just had to touch on that. Because that's what we're building towards, brothers. Long-term respect. Long-term respect. Why do you think a lot of these construction businesses, when you go and work for them, a lot of times you're not working directly for the owner. You're working for the owner's son or for the owner's grandson who have kept the integrity of his family's name. You see? No doubt, oh reliable. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love. Like I said, the donation links is in the description. CashApp SheepStaySleepTV. Streamlabs SheepStaySleepTV. The links is in, not only in the description, but it's in the chat room. Y'all go ahead and y'all hit that donate. I appreciate all the love and the support, man. I will be back a little later. I will be back again a little later to chop it up with the bros again, man. So I appreciate all the love and the support. This is Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Remember, y'all, we gotta heal before we build. We gotta heal before we build. And on that note, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.